Well, welcome back everybody to part 2 of our Whispers in Blue journal using the vintage blue Toile kit. So yesterday we left off where I was finishing off some pockets. So I just wanted to show you what I'd actually completed. So we made this one together. I made another one of these, which is the same as this one. We did this one together. So we've got 2 of those, 1 of those. This was a new one that I made this morning. It's a very simple fold. I can show you how to do it quickly, just so that you know. So it's a piece of paper. You're going to fold in the edges like so, fold it and fold it over, and then you can either fold this up to create this little pocket here. I've used some lace instead, so for this one I just cut it off. So there's this one, so we've got the pocket in there, and then we've got the pocket in there. Then this one we made together as well. I just decorated it. We made this one together, and we made this little, oh no, this little envelope. Exactly what I didn't want to happen has happened. There we go. I need to stick some lace or something on the bottom of that to fix that. Okay, and then I made this one as well, which just flaps open with lots of journaling space, so you can either stick this flat in the book, or it could be, you know, something that is put into a pocket. And this one's also very easy to make. Here we go. Just a white piece of paper, fold it like so. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously I've folded mine all the way up to the edge because my journal is not, it's not that wide. Okay, then I also made one of these, which is just a little bag. And I used some napkin, just cut that out, and then I decoupaged it over the top. Now I want 2 of these for the journal, so I'm going to show you how I did that. So we're going to do another one of these today, and then we're going to do a little CD case cover, and then maybe a few tags. Okay, so let's get going with that. Okay, so for the next one, the little bag that I've got hasn't been tea stained. You can see this one has been tea stained. So it's got a different color. So I kind of want it off to the side like so. Now, to tear the napkin, I'm going to use my water pen. It's just a little pen that's got water inside, but you can use, you know, just a normal paintbrush. Wet the paintbrush and go around wherever you want the napkin to be torn, and then it just tears nice and easy. Like so. And I don't think I want this purple in here, so I'm going to take that off. Okay, so that is going to get stuck on like so. And then I'm thinking that maybe on the background here I'm going to use, I'm going to put a little bit of stenciling, not stenciling, stamping. But we'll do that after I stuck this down. Let's just get some decoupage. is as simple as that. I did forget to mention that before you you know, decoupage a napkin onto anything, I just want to get a new one here to show you, that you should separate the back section. Sometimes there are 2 and sometimes 3 ply. So I think this one is 3 ply. So here's one layer, and then I think there's another layer. If you have an issue taking the layers off, sometimes it helps to stick a piece of tape. There we go. You see how it's torn it, and it's just taking off that back layer. So don't throw them away. Okay, so then this is the portion that you'll use when you're decoupaging onto something. Okay, right, so I'm just going to use my heat gun quickly to dry this. Okay, so that's all nice and dry. Okay, then I want to do a little bit of stamping, so I'm gonna just use a script stamp by Penelope D. I'm not even sure where I got this. Oh, it says proudly made in South Africa. I will link their website below. Okay, let's just get out. I'm just gonna do it. Actually, I'm just gonna do it without the pad. And I think I'm just going to use some VersaFine ink vintage sepia. Now I remember which way the stamp goes. Probably best that I test it first. That is upside down, so I think it must go like this. Yes, okay. Yeah, that didn't come out so nice. Okay, that's actually fine. That's all I need to do. Okay, and let me just trim off this little piece here. Okay, and then I would ink around this, but I'm not sure which ink I want to use because it depends on which page of the book it goes on to. Will depend on which of the color inks I use. Okay, so that's that. Then the next thing we're going to do is make a card to go inside this, and then I'm just going to do some stamping around this. Okay, so I really like this image here of the peacock, so I'm going to I've got to make sure that that image, you know, appears in this circle, so I need to cut it. I'm just using this as a stencil. Okay, so I've cut that out, and I cut myself a piece of white cardstock as well, and then I want this to kind of go on the back so that we've got some journaling space. I think first what I'm going to do is I'm just also going to put a bit of stenciling on the back here. I'm just going to use the excess ink that's already on my ink pad. Because I don't want it too dark. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to ink around this piece of paper as well first before I stick it down. Okay, and then I'm going to round the corners as well. I find that if you round the corners of tags and things that need to go in and outside of pockets and etc., they just slide in better, you know, rather than having the sharp corners. Okay. Okay, too big, need to trim it. Okay. Alright, so that is that in, and then I'm just going to use this stamp. I don't know where I got this stamp from because it doesn't even have the packaging anymore. I'm going to use blue ink. Okay. Alright, so then this will go into the journal somewhere, and you can either glue it down by putting the glue here on the flap, like so, and then it'll just flip open and you can remove the card, or you can cut this off and stick it flat inside. You can stick it this way, just turn the picture around the other way. There's lots of different ways you could put it into the journal. Okay, right, so now we're going to move on to some tags that I'm going to make for inside all of these pockets. Now I do have quite a few. There's obviously all of these ones came with the kit, so I just printed them onto some 160 GSM cardstock, and then I've got a couple of other tags and bits and pieces that I have left over from other kits that I'm going to use. So there's a few more from the kit, and then I have all of these as well. So these are basically just leftovers that I have from other kits, and some of them are I can't remember where I got these ones from. I think I purchased these on Etsy. I will find where I got these from, and then I'll put the link below for those two. There are a couple of others here that are Artymaze. I know that's Artymaze. I think this is also Artymaze. And these two are definitely Artymaze. So I will put the link down to her store as well. She's got some beautiful, beautiful kits. Okay, so we are going to make some extra tags, some bigger ones, because these are all pretty small. Okay, so the first one I'm going to make is a rather large tag that I want for this pocket. So once this is stuck down in the book, this is going to be a tag that pulls out of the side here. So this is already on some cardstock. I just want to put some lined journaling paper at the back, and then I'm also going to these little things, I think you call them tabs, for this to go on the side there so that you can got easy access to it. I use this as my template. I don't know where I got this from. So I've already traced it onto some cardstock, so just need to cut this out. I'm actually going to remove this little flower because I want to stitch around this card and it's going to get in the way. I'm going to put it on when I'm done stitching. Okay, so that is done. Let me just stick this. I just stitched around the whole thing. I had to take the flower off so it wasn't getting in the way. The sewing machine. Okay, here we go. Trim these. Okay. Right, so I mean that could actually also go into that pocket there. Remember, there's one at the back, there's one here, and there's a pocket here. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, the next one we're going to do is just a smaller tag. Okay, so this one, I have this stencil of a peacock feather, and there are peacocks in the kit, so I really want to put this stencil on here. Oh, look at that. Look what I did. Oh well. It's fine. I think I'm gonna... Okay, then I think I'm gonna put a stamp. I also have some music paper, which I think I wanna tear out a piece. And maybe go over this stamp. Just see what this is going to look like. Yeah, quite like that. And I'm going to do this stamp, I think, in some black. Okay, and then I'm going to cut the corners off. Put it the other way. Okay, that looks cool. Okay. I'm going to glue this on and then stitch around the card. I'm just going to stitch around. Okay, so just stitched around that. We've got another awesome little tag. Okay, then next one we're going to do, this one's going to be very plain and simple. We are just going to stick this on the back. Allows you to stamp on something, and then, you know, if the print doesn't come out right, you can redo it and it'll be in the exact same place. Okay, this one I am going to do in the sepia. You see how it's a little bit darker here and lighter there. So what I can do is I can just put some more ink on the stamp there and just go over it again. Voila. Okay. Okay, so to this one, what do we want to do? What else do we want to do? Okay, sorry guys, but my camera stopped again. I don't know why it's doing that. So all I did was some stenciling on some white cardstock here, and then I did another stamp, and then I'm backing it with the lined paper again. I'm also going to put a little piece of lace as a tab. Fabric scissors. Now, okay, so that is that tag, but this one I'm going to round the bottom. Okay, so the last tag that we're going to do is going to be, oh, there's two more actually, but start with this one. This one is also just going to be straightforward. We're going to stick okay, this one we're going to put a tab. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fold this first so that I can just cut both sides at the same time. Okay, and this one is going to okay. Okay, so we've got one last tag to do. This one I want to put a little bit of music paper down the side. Like so. Just make sure the words are, yeah, words are fine. These are actually music sheets from a Disney songbook, so the words should be good. Oh. Oh, what an idiot. Okay, I'm going to have to cut this into a tag anyway, so it's fine. Okay. And then I wanted it to go like that. I'm going to have to turn it around. Do it this way. Okay. doing this one in blue. I have a pretty butterfly from the kit, which I'm going to stick there. Okay, and now this one we have to cut. No, I don't know, cut this like that. Okay. Okay. That's an awful shaped tag, but anyway. This one we are going to put some ribbon or some lace at the top with an eyelet. Okay, maybe some of this. Okay, there we go. All right, so, sure, we did quite a lot today. We did this tag, this tag, this tag. Now, I know when you look at them all together, they don't look cohesive, but remember they go onto different pages of the journal. So we did all of those. Oh, and we did this one, and we did the little bag. So I think that's great. So the next step then tomorrow will be to take all of these, find a spot in the journal where we want to put all of these things. We won't stick them in yet though. And the reason I don't like to do that is because there's still so much decorating and stuff to happen inside the journal. You know, we're going to stick some lace, we're going to stick some of these beautiful ruffles that I've made, and butterflies and all sorts of things. And I find that difficult to do, and stamping and stenciling, you know, when the journal's all chunky and stuff. So, but we will figure out where we're going to put these so that we can figure out where all the stamping and the stenciling and whatnot's going to go. Okay, great. So please join me again tomorrow for part 3. Would really appreciate any comments that you guys have, and also a thumbs up for the video, please. I'll see you tomorrow.